everybody. This is David Sith here.
JK. So, today we're going to be talking about something a little interesting. We're going to be discussing fear. Now, what some people are kind of unaware about fear is that the basis of it is normally instinctual. Like, for instance, the fear of bats. You're fearing the fangs, the things that indicate something would be aggressive towards you. Fear of things that are kind of just creepy, like smiles that don't belong, is instinctual because showing your teeth is kind of just an intimidation thing to primates and other things that we kind of from in some way. Let's get into a little more detail. So, there's a few kinds of fear. There's creepy fear, there's stressful fear, and there's jump scare fear. Jump scare fear is kind of what you normally see in, like, video games. Like, a jump scare is, ah! kind of thing. Creepy fear is the build-up to a jump scare. Like an abnormal, something's unnerving, makes you feel uncomfortable. That kind of thing. And the last kind is basically stress building up to a jump scare or something like that. Like, if you feel really pressured and you don't it makes you less expecting for a jump scare, so it makes them even more effective. A good example of this is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, with Five Nights at Freddy's, it's more of a stress management game than an actual horror game. But, because of the jump scares, it makes it a horror game. And, like, there's a little bit of the creepy thing going on with the animatronic suits and walking around at night in the first game, but it's mostly just jump scares and stress. And it's so effective as a jump scare. The jump scares are so much more effective because not only is it they're gonna kill me, I'm nervous, I'm on edge, I'm creeped out, but it's also the jump scare after being under pressure and trying to make sure you don't get the jump scare. So basically, that's why Five Nights at Freddy's is so good at being scary. Now, another thing about fear is there's not really such a thing as an irrational fear. When people say irrational fear, it's like, that fear that's silly, it's not a normal thing to be afraid of. But when it comes down to it, most fear is either based on past experience, like in your lifetime, or instincts, instinctual, like I was saying earlier. Now, this is kind of, like, hard to explain because past experiences, if something traumatic happened to you, like almost anything, if a dog attacked you, if a dog just jumped on you, it could make you afraid of dogs. If a cat bit you when you were really little and you didn't have a good grasp of what a cat is, it could make you nervous or make you uncomfortable around cats. And other things like the fear of water and the fear of heights, it's more or less instinctual. We don't want to go into water because we don't know what's in the water most of the time. You can't see it. And not being able to see really hypes up fear. And the fear of heights is somewhat tied with the fear of death. No one wants to go up into a high place because high places are normally inner mind synced with falling. And no one wants to fall from a high place. So, normally the reason people, do high place jumping and stuff isn't because they're not afraid of it. It's because they like the adrenaline rush of the fear of it. Because most of the time your fear response, it gives you the flight or fight response, and if you're in a situation where you genuinely can't run away, flight, then you're gonna have to deal with it. And in order to deal with something that scares you, you pump adrenaline into your body and it makes you really hyped up and really just generally, it's an exciting feeling. At least that's what I've been told. I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I don't really like the idea of high places at all, or skydiving, or anything along those lines. I'm actually afraid of heights, and it's pretty weird to the extent, like, there's some times where I'm like, oh, that's no big deal, but then it's like, if I look over a cliff, I'm, like, freaking out about to have a heart attack. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Where you saw it, probably. Like, some animatronic screaming, or... Okay, well, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Roll the dice, get lucky. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.